Our entire future rests on what I'm going to discuss today. This is so important, and I hope that you take this video very seriously. I'm going to demonstrate to you why anything out there, any state of the planet, humanity, can absolutely turn around in the most positive direction. In fact, it could happen right now. It is happening right now. Our future rests on this alone. Will you join me? Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. I'm here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. Everything going on our planet comes from fear, and that is driven by ego. The ego thinks there's something lacking. The ego believes that it needs power and manipulation in any way, shape, or form to get what it wants because it's in fear. It has what? A belief. A belief of limitations, and therefore uses the material world to create what it believes is going to get them full satisfaction. And it's the total opposite that is actually the truth. I'm going to share with you how the future of our planet relies on this subject alone, and if you participate with me, you can experience miracles in your life. I teach the Miracle Circle. Come sign up for my free videos, my free trainings. I want to help you understand your power. What is that? Our future rests on our 100% beliefs. Quantum physics is not a theory. Quantum physics has proven over and over again that our thoughts create our reality. People are now going back into the old way of thinking, and that is that they're seeing what's happening out there and reacting to it as if it is something happening to them and not that they are creating what is happening. Those who are creating the reality that you're seeing out there, that we all as a collective get to experience together, are seeing what others have believed, thought, and then took action to create. Then there's a whole majority of people out there that believe that that is how things are, instead of recognizing that their belief and thoughts and actions then create the reality. But we are in a reactive mode when we allow this to continue on, because we believe that that is real and that it's just happening, as opposed to we are in total creation at all times. If you think this is too insane, then you're still in the box right now, and it's time to bust out of it. Christ has said this over and over and over again. These things you shall do and more. Prove that through belief you could walk on water. Told the disciples that they had to believe and that they too could walk on water. And that was demonstrated. Say mountain move, and it shall move. This is really powerful stuff. It's just as easy to create a castle as a button. How many times do we have to hear this and we still don't believe? It is absolutely true, and now science is proving that we're always creating. We are 100% in control of the future of the planet. And we do not have to react to the beliefs, thoughts, and actions of others, but to start creating ourselves. And now I'm not telling you not to take action. That's all part of being human. We're in a supposed material world. Not really, but this is the game we're playing. There is nothing that cannot be changed. The more things happen to us that we don't like and that seem frightening, fear is the biggest barrier. The more we react to it, the more we reinforce what's happening out there, because we're saying that's how it is, I believe it, and it's happening to me. How do I protect myself? We go into defensive mode, not offense. right? So I want to ask you a question right now. Are you starting to feel fear through others' actions, believing that that's just the state of the world? Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here, and I want you to pay real close attention. It's been happening. It's been used forever. Our commercials, our media, everything sets you up to react to what you believe is reality. And so your belief is that that is how things are. You're not going into power mode, that I am a creator. You are equally as powerful as anybody walking this planet. The material world is not how things really are. It is not what rules. This is a temporary illusion. How you react to it is 100% the reason you came here. And if you back off and you go into fear and you believe that that's just how things are, you disempower yourself. You are equally as powerful as any person walking this planet. Everything is equally intelligent and creative. And everything is creating at every moment. Manifestation is not what you do when you want something. It's 24/7. It's what you are. You're always manifesting, creating your beliefs, your thoughts, your actions. Because your actions are stem from the thought, which comes from the belief of how things are. We have to turn it around now. The media and all the things that I'm talking about are planting words, statements, all kinds of misinformation, slanting things, and it's all planned. I have told you over and over again, but people still watch this garbage out there, and they are believing everything. And we know it's 100% controlled by people who are operating from ego and fear. And if you think they're not in fear, then think again. Fear is that I won't get what I want, I'll get what I don't want, so I'm going to do things no matter what it takes to get that. To get that situation in check, and that's fear. Don't go into it. Don't go into it. And whatever happens in the material world, you say, well, what if? I'll say, what if? We'll continue on as long as you have the reaction of fear that this is just how things are and that we can't change it. So no matter what happens with our financial stuff, all this other stuff, shocker that this is going on, right? We knew it, and then it happens, Do not go into a panic mode. Do not go into any kind of reaction that is less than miraculous. You've got to hang on to that, and I'll tell you why. People that have had near-death experiences know when they cross over, we had the power all the time. Dorothy, click the shoes and you can go home, right? Well, we're here for a while to play this out. Our entire future rests on the critical reason you came here at this time. The reaction to the same old boomerang effect coming back around to test us is critical right now. It cannot be the same way we've been reacting for centuries, lest we go down that road that we don't want to go down, right? We can stop anything from happening by shifting and realizing we are not powerless. There's nothing that happens to you. You participate in everything. You are equally powerful. And the material world does not determine your power. It goes way beyond that, all right? Somebody said that they were told that you have to sacrifice spirituality. You should work in this job over here that you hate. You must sacrifice spirituality. There's no such thing. You are or you aren't. You can't be sort of pregnant. Are you going to join me? Do you want to be powerful beyond your imagination? Do you want to go into a space of total compassion and love, seeing that this is one of the most critical times that you signed up for, and that you could be the greatest contributor in the most positive way to not go back into the dense behavior and reactions that we have done? As human beings, we're better than that. We're more powerful than that. So you say, how? Don't go into fear. Don't watch fear. Don't listen to fear. There's going to be words that are used. I've seen one word being used, crisis. crisis. And it's everywhere, everywhere. And the media takes it. And have you noticed? This is part of what they coordinate. I'm talking about journalists who've talked about this, not me. And I'm seeing it. You see it. They'll use the word and they plant it everywhere. And you say, oh, we're going into it now. And then you believe it. And so you're reacting to that that's given to you. And so they're creating, creating, and manipulating and controlling out of fear. And we're reacting. That's how it is. Well, but what about this? Well, yeah, what about it? How do we change it? How do we change it? How do we end things that are going to happen that never should happen? Shortages of things. How do we end that? We create new things. Instead of focusing on that and going into fear and say, how do we do this? Then we act like yin-yangs and go and hoard. Don't go into it. Don't go into it. It starts a reaction that is wanted. Panic and fear. And when we go into that, we become weak, low density. We stay in that basement, and there's a penthouse up there where a whole different way of life exists. And if you say, well, then these things, what's going to happen, all these things, I say, it never worked. It never worked. Let it dissolve. This is going to be the painful process of having these things change on us and change. Humans don't like change. They will stay with things that are super uncomfortable just because they know it. That's a fact. Let it go. Let it go and say, how do I create right now? What's the new life? I do coaching. I coach business students. Anybody, you guys come over, or those of you guys who belong to the internet training, I have a student, she said, she quit a high-paying job that she couldn't stand anymore. She wasn't even functioning the way she should as a person. And packed up everything, went to a foreign country. I'm online with her, didn't have a great connection, and she said, I'm just going on an adventure. And she was so elated and excited. She would have never done that had we not gone into all these changes. And she said, I'm done with it. And millions of people are doing this. And they're seeing all that stuff that I was fighting to keep and that to maintain, that I was told, programmed, meant nothing. Because what you do is so much bigger than any material item. You will always have plenty. You do not have to sacrifice comfort and the luxuries of life, which is eating, shelter, all these things. And guess what? Great things come from losing these things. Sometimes people are experiencing the great giving and compassion and love from others who are sharing their stuff. There are amazing stories going on right now. Yours is what you choose. The entire future of the planet rests on what goes on in here. Do not go into the fear. Go into peace. Go into love. Go into compassion. Everything's a test. And what you're seeing, instead of naming it, judging it, it shouldn't be. It is. It is part of the one. The source created everything. It's allowing everything for a reason. There are great stories and teachings in all of this. How you react is critical, my friend. What you believe is. And if you allow that out there to manipulate you because you think that's reality, you don't understand that you create your reality at every moment. Your individual one, and then we contribute to the collective at the same time. They're all happening at the same time. There is no one reality. There's no one collective. There are unlimited possibilities and probabilities playing out right now. And whatever thought you choose shifts you right into it. It's a cause and effect. I just saw a near-death experience video, this woman in Germany, and she said she was shown on the other side that one conversation, one belief, one thought changed everything. Changed everything. Every thought shifts us in or out of something. You have to stay strong. You have to stay strong. This is not what we are. This is the illusion. You're here right now purposefully. You are not a victim. There is no program that you are a prisoner of. We created the program. We changed the program at every moment, and it could be an ending unlike any other. We can shift it all right now. You have to stay strong right now. You have to stay strong in compassion and love. No more judgment, no more sides, no more pointing fingers. Yes, it doesn't mean you're going to approve. Acceptance of the playing out of things. Somebody said, I'm going to replace the word acceptance with understanding. You'll never understand it. Humans will never understand any of this. You just have to accept it, and that's called faith. Accept what's happening right now and being the catalyst for the positive change. Take the action. This is the year of action. I told you last year this would be the year of action, right? So, what are you going to do right now? You are that important. No, you are that important. Don't think you can step back and let everybody else do the tough stuff. That will glorify you in ways never imagined. And you will go to spaces and places that you never thought possible in your life. Miracles. Everything will line up for you because you moved past fear. Come take my courses. Come take my courses. Move Past Fear is 5 stars. It's changed people's lives. I want to show you what you are. You guys, internet training, these are free videos. Go explore what you can and do be, and explore. Get skills, get empowered, and use those skills and create and do things. Get the skills. Don't be chasing money out there again. Control what you know and what you do, because then you now are no longer letting that reality control you. You're controlling your reality. Free videos, manifest anything. Those videos are going away soon. It's going to go down to 4 training videos, and I have new classes coming out April 1st. So get ready, because we're going to just stay on it, stay on it, stay on it. One's called Tap Into Your Power. I want you to understand the power. I want you to tap into it and know that nothing happens without you or without your participation. And you get to control exactly what that is right here. Accept the decisions of others, and accept the fact that you get to make a decision on how you react to that. That's all it boils down to. Are you ready to change the future of the planet? We can do it. This isn't woo-woo stuff. You think it's woo-woo, then you haven't watched quantum physics nor heard the quotes for centuries telling us how powerful we are. It's time to believe. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful. I hope you'll subscribe and share these. You're loving and harmonious and happy. It's the essence of you. Know this. Namaste.